Hello, again welcome back my dear students of class ninth. Dear student, I am Rajendra Rai, your biology teacher, and I am going to deliver the video lecture in this video about the remaining part of the animal tissue, and that remaining part is connective tissue and nervous tissue. This is the revisional session which is going on, and you have to be careful while studying these things, because in the upcoming exam these topics, these chapters are very important. So let us start. Animals, connective tissue. Dear students, the connective tissue means the elements, the parts of the body which facilitate the connection of the different body parts to each other. And this is possible due to the several types of the specialized tissues are present in the body which facilitate the connection from one part to another part. Either they are present in the either in the form of solid or in the form of fluid. So solid, that will be the dense connective tissue. Solid connective tissue, that you can tell the dense connective tissue. Okay. So these connective tissues are of so many types, and dense connective tissue, come to the dense connective tissue, that is, in that number one is bone. Bones are different bones, they get unite together to form a framework of the body. On that framework, the body gets structured, and these bones are made up of bone cells. Bone cells. These bone cells, when they get originated, they get born, then they are called osteoblasts. Osteoblasts. And when they get mature, they will be known as osteocytes. So these osteocytes are the cells which having the larger nucleus, and in these cells the deposition of several elements like magnesium, calcium, phosphorus, etc., that get deposited to make them dense, to make them strong, to make them solid. Okay, so these are the osteocytes. Second is the dense connective tissue, that is the cartilage. Cartilage. My dear student, the cartilage is there are a special group of fishes which are having the cartilage as their internal skeleton, and they comes under the chondroichthyes, and the fishes which are having the bones, they comes under the osteichthyes. So there are a specialized group of bone and cartilage into the Pisces class. In human body, this cartilage is the soft bone. Cartilage means they are the dense connective tissue, but they get supported with the myofibrils. That is why they are little bit soft, they are flexible. So you can say these are the flexible bones. And when they are in the primary stage, they will be called as chondroblasts. They will be called as chondroblasts, and when they get mature, they will be the chondrocytes. And these chondrocytes form the cartilage. The animal external structures like nose, pinna, ear, and the internal ring in the respiratory tract, in the trachea, that is made up of cartilage. My dear student, third one is ligament. Ligament is a cement-like structure which cementize the bone to bone. Bone to bone connect bone to bone. तो bone से bone के बीच में जो connection होता है that is due to the ligament. And the bones when get connected with the muscles, they get connected with the help of the tendons. Bone to muscles. So my dear student, in this description explanation, you are looking that the bones are there. These bones are made up of osteocytes, and the bones, they are the dense, regular dense tissue. They are the regular dense tissue. They can be called as the regular dense tissue. And these bones are joined together with the help of these ligaments. While these bones, when they get connected with the muscles, then the tendons will be the connector in between the bones and muscles. Cartilage, these are the flexible bones, and they are again the dense regular connective tissues. So these are the dense regular connective tissues that you are looking here. My dear students, come to the fluid connective tissue. Now come to the fluid connective tissue. Fluid, fluid connective tissue. And in the fluid connective tissues, several type of connective tissues are there. Number 1, blood. Number 2, lymph. Number 3, adipose. Number 4, areolar tissue. So these are different types of the fluid connective tissues are found into the animal body. My dear student, as far as the first type of the fluid connective tissue, that blood is concerned, this blood is made up of 45% blood plasma and plus 55% of blood cells. These blood cells are RBC, WBC and platelets. These RBC are known as erythrocyte, WBC is known as leukocyte, and platelets are known as thrombocytes. So see what they are. These are the RBC without nucleus. RBCs are there without nucleus. WBC may be of different shape, and platelets, they are crystalline shape. They are having the crystal shape. These are the platelets. Okay, so this is RBC, WBC, platelets. My dear student, this RBC is having 125 days of the survival, and they are having hemoglobin HB, and they provide the color to the blood because they are having the iron and globin both, and they perform the transportation of oxygen and carbon dioxide from one part of the body to another part of the body. WBC are of so many types: eosinophils, neutrophils, basophils. They are designed as far as their pathogenic actions are concerned, they perform the process of phagocytosis. They eat the other cells, other pathogen cells, and they perform the process of antibody formation. They produce antibody also. The platelets or thrombocytes release the thromboplastin, which help into the coagulation of the blood. Means it help in the blood clotting. So these are the three types of the cells. As far as this blood plasma is concerned, this is having water. This is having water, glucose, antibody, protein, somehow some amount of cholesterol, fat, etc., glycerides. So many contents are created into the plasma along with the water. So, my dear student, this is the blood. It runs from one part to another part of the body. It gets pumped by a pumping station that is called heart, and it flow into the closed vascular system. Dear student, come to this lymph. Lymph is the substance which is colorless. Lymph is colorless, and lymph is carrying only globin. Only proteins are there which are found into the lymph, and the lymph carry the fat molecule to deposit to everywhere into the body wherever the gap is present. So every gap is that get deposited by the fat tissue or adipose tissue, this adipose tissue, and they get carried out by the lymph. They get transported by the lymph and they get deposited at the intercellular or interorgan spaces or intertissue spaces. Come to the lymph, my dear student. Very important is it is colorless fluid and having the globin and having the T lymphocytes and B lymphocytes. This B lymphocyte form, there are two immune systems into the body. Lymphocytes. One immune system that is called innate immune system, which is consisted of skin, HCl, and some other barriers which are present to protect our body from the different pathogens. But as far as the lymph is concerned, these are having the lymphocytes which form the acquired immune system. Means if any pathogen is coming first time into the body, then that will be encountered by the T lymphocyte and WBC antibodies, and this B lymphocyte start registering the nature, the structure of that pathogen, so that it can produce antibodies for that particular pathogen for future encounter. So this form the acquired immune system. As far as lymph is concerned, it is colorless. It don't have the iron. It don't pumped by the any pumping station. It flow very slowly into whole body, and the lymphocytes and blood cells, they get interchanged into it at the intercellular intertissue spaces, and that intercellular intertissue spaces are filled with a specific tissue, specific material that is called areolar tissue. So areolar tissue is nothing. This is the composite structure of the blood cells, RBC, WBC, antibody, platelets, lymphocytes, glucose, protein, fat, inorganic materials, water. These are complete material that consists the areolar tissue, and it get deposited into the intercellular intertissue spaces for the interchange of the material which is required into the blood vessels or which is required into the lymphatic vessels. And the example of the areolar tissue is the placenta. Okay, so in the placenta, several types of these cells, they get unite together and form a structure that is called tissue fluid. So areolar is nothing, this is the tissue fluid. This is the tissue fluid. So my dear student, this is all about the animal's connective tissue, and further I am going to describe a separate tissue that is called nervous tissue. So let us see what are the nervous tissue. My dear students, come to the next, that is the nervous tissue. So I am erasing here this nervous tissue, and this is, since this is the regional aspect, therefore you have to be careful while studying this kind of nervous tissue. So let us see nervous tissue. Let us see nervous tissue, my dear students. And as far as the nervous tissue is concerned, the nerves are of different types, means whole body is supplied with the different types of the nerves, like sympathetic nerve, parasympathetic nerve, motor nerve, sensory nerves, voluntary nerves, involuntary nerves, and central nervous system, that is brain and spinal cord. So, my dear student, all these kind of the nerve parts, they get constituted by a specific unit cell that is called neuron. So, let us see the structure of neuron. Nervous tissue. Let us see the structure of neuron. Dear student, if you see this is a neuron. So this is having elongated structure that is called axon. So this is the axon. This is the axon, which is having the material. This is axon. This is myelin sheath. Axon get covered with the myelin sheath. This is having a nerve ending. These are the nerve ending, and where this nerve body get end. And this axon continue to the formation of the cytosol. So this is cytosol, which is having nucleus. This is cytosol or cell body. Axon and cytosol are two main part of this nervous tissue. So here, from this cytosol, the dendrites get originated. These are the dendrites which are having the knobs at their ending. These are the dendrites, different dendrites which are having their nerve endings. These are dendrites which are having their nerve ending. Okay. So see here, these are the dendrites. So my dear student, this is the structure of a neuron or nerve cell. Nerve cell or neuron. Nerve cell, it is called also neuron. This is also neuron. This is the unit cell of the nervous system, of our nervous system. And the function of this unit cell is to transmit the electrochemical transmission. The message is by the electrochemical transmission. These neurons get connected with the sensory cells. Suppose our skin is there. If any change in the outer environment, that get stimulated at our sensory cell, and sensory cell start producing electrical impulse. That electrical impulse will be received by this neuron, and after receiving of the electrical impulse in the neuron, this neuron starts secreting ACH into the synapse. So the junction of two neuron is called synapse. The junction of two neuron is called synapse, where either the nerve ending will be there, or the dendrite of another neuron will be here. So this neuron get connected together in different dimensions. Either this dendrite will connected with this nerve ending, or this dendrite will connected with the dendrite, or this nerve ending get connected with the nerve ending. That will depend upon the nature of that particular nerves. What kind of nerve is there? What kind of function is going to perform over there? So the ACH get transmitted here, and further it give the stimulus to other neuron, and that neuron get further impulsive, and further ACH is secreted. So by this electrochemical secretion, the message is going towards the brain, message is going towards the spinal cord, into the nervous system of the animal. So my dear student, thank you very much for watching this video. If you like this video, please like it. If you dislike, please dislike it. And if you like it, please subscribe my channel. Don't forget.